Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Welcome to Unity Spiritual Center of Hamilton, and welcome to all of you who are online, our faithful followers every week. We welcome you and we thank you for your presence. We begin by dedicating this service to Hamilton Regional Indian Center, whose vision is creating change that empowers urban Aboriginal people, and their mission is to provide the urban Aboriginal people with the tools to achieve a balanced, holistic lifestyle. We also acknowledge, as a center, the traditional owners of the land on which this gathering is held. We pay our respects to all First Nations people and acknowledge elders past and present. And now we move to our first song, familiar song, Circle of Life, originally sung by Elton John and sung for us today by our own Emilio Zaris.
They arrive on the planet and blinking step into the sun. There's more to be seen than can ever be seen, more to do than can ever be done. Some say eat or be eaten, some say live and let live, but all are agreed as they join the stampede. You should never take more than you give in the circle of life. It's a wheel of fortune, it's a leap of faith, it's a band of hope. Till we find our place on the path unwinding, in the circle of life. Some of us fall by the wayside, and some of us soar to the stars. Some of us sail through our troubles, and some have to live with the scars. There's far too much to take in here, more to find than can ever be found. But the sun rolling high through the sapphire sky keeps great and small on the endless round, in the circle of life. It's a wheel of fortune, it's a leap of faith, it's the band of hope. We'll find our place on the path unwinding, on the path unwinding, in the circle of
Thank you, Emilio. Nice beginning. And let us join in prayer in consciousness and say together, I believe life is good, God is all there is, and love is the only power. I align myself with the power within to create my best life. Thank you. Before we continue, I just have two announcements, and one is, beginning in the first Saturday in October, I will be leading a beginner's crochet class. Our objective is to make scarves for winter, which we will donate, and it will be the first 4 Saturdays in October, the 1st, the 8th, the 15th, and the 22nd, from 10:30 in the morning to noon, right here in the center, 639 Main Street in Hamilton. And also, there's an invitation extended for you to stay after the service for a workshop that will be conducted by our guest speaker today on the medicine wheel. So we have good things in store. Our next song, I Will Surrender, a Karen Drucker special.
I am stronger every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let spirit be my guide. I vow to live my life that's real and true and free, as I continue walking in this mystery. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am grateful every moment, every day. There may be walls, there may be roadblocks in my way, but I can choose to take a higher path each day. And now I know that what I thought was safe and sound was only habit and regret that held me down. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am kinder I'm more loving every moment, every day. I will surrender every moment, every day.
Today's absolute word, the affirmation is, I bring joy to everything I do, and the word of the day is joy. Like other aspects of my divine identity, joy is a principle for expressing joy, gladness, and exuberant enjoyment. Joy grows and flowers in my consciousness when I hold joyful thoughts and feelings. More than a mood or an attitude, joy is part of me and mine to live and to share. Joy is the call of my heart. Whether I'm at work or at play, I bring joy to everything I do. Joy infuses my anticipation, fascination, and satisfaction in new discoveries. My joy is contagious. I love to share it. I have feelings of joy when I take part in friends or family members' joyous moments, their celebrations and accomplishments. I feel quiet joy when I offer encouragement and even when I give comfort. Grateful to share, care, and love ever centered in my divinity. If I Were Brave, originally sung by Jana Stanfield and Jim Scott.
What would I do if I knew that I could not fail? If I believed, would the wind always fill up my sails? How far would I go? What could I achieve? Trusting the hero in me. If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge where true believers dare to tread. I'd never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What if we're all meant to do what we secretly dream? What would you ask if you knew you could have anything? Like the mighty oak sleeps in the heart of the sea, are there miracles in you and me? You know there are. If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge where true believers dare to tread. I'd never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? If I refuse to listen to the voice of fear, would the voice of courage whisper in my ear? Maybe this is what I'd hear. I am brave enough to move ahead where true believers dare to tread. I'd never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step will I take today? I am brave. What will I do today? Now I am brave. What will I do today? I am brave. What will I do today? I am brave. What will I do today? I am brave. Sing. What will I do today? I am brave. 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 I am brave. I am brave.
I certainly feel brave after listening to that song. And now I'd like to welcome Brenda Jacobs to our service today. This is very special for us. And her topic is Haudenosaunee Creation Story and Governance System. Welcome, Brenda.
Okay, thank you for having me today. So I'll introduce myself. Niogo da se don yangyat skanyat da haga niwago wanjoda waxgalewage aswege nadawageno. So I introduce myself in the Mohawk language. I'm of the Bear Clan from Six Nations, just down the road here, and my English name is Brenda Jacobs. And so, you know, very important that we speak our language. You know, it's part of our identity and who we are as Haudenosaunee people. That's who I am. So it means people of the Longhouse. So I go to Longhouse. I'm a traditional Longhouse person, and you know, very, very, very important also as part of our identity. It makes us who we are to follow those ceremonies throughout the year, and you know, to be connected to everything, because it's part of what we do throughout the year. And so I'm going to start with the creation story today, and I have the first picture here of the slide. Where can I move this to? Just the straight here? Yeah? Straight? Okay. Good. So this is the first slide, and up. So this is a painting by my uncle, and so it's his depiction of our creation story. And there's many variations, and I'm just gonna sit down. I can hold it up. I don't know if it can be seen, but everybody else can see it too. And so it begins I just do a short version. There are many other details. I'm just learning more. And so it begins in spirit world with Creator, and there's a tree of life. And around the bottom of the tree of life is a hole. And so the variation is she was either pushed or fell through the hole. She was pregnant, and so on her way through through the hole, she grabbed some items from that tree of life. And falling through the darkness and then coming to that light, the birds saw her falling. And so they went to see what was happening and who was, or what was falling. And they saw the sky woman falling. And so they helped with their wings and wondered, where are we going to put her? And then the turtle raised their back out of the water and said, put her on my back. And so they put her on the turtle's back. And then the water animals, so there were 3, and I learned of another one. So the beaver, the muskrat, and the otter, and the loon, they all tried to get that soil from the bottom of the water. And it was the muskrat that was, they all perished, but the muskrat floated to the top and had some of that soil in his paw. It was put on the turtle's back, and then Sky Woman, she danced in a counterclockwise direction, and so they say when we're dancing that we're massaging the earth. And she, the more she danced in that counterclockwise direction, the soil slowly grew larger and larger, and so that's how we came to have Turtle Island, we call it. And so it's in the shape of North America, Baffin Island and Alaska and California, Mexico, Florida, and Newfoundland. So another piece is that of this creation story is that the Creator made man last, and so he created the 4 colors of man. And the Red Nation, they were created from the earth and were given the responsibility of looking after the earth. The White Nation was made from the salt of the foam of the salt water, and their responsibility was the water. The Yellow Nation was created from the inner bark of the tree, and their responsibility was air. And the Black Nation, people of color, they were created from the outer bark of the tree, and their responsibility was fire. And so all were given responsibilities and original instructions. And so today there's those responsibilities. I would say we're lacking, and so we have like climate change being affected today. And another important piece, and so when we have land defenders, standing up for the land, that's their responsibility, responsible for the earth and for the land. And so the Creator blew 3 breaths into each color for their mind, their body, and their spirit, and they blinked their eyes and came to life. And so there's also the equality that comes in there too, because everybody has that same breath in from Creator. So equality built into our system in our culture. And then we have I'll move to the next one because it relates also. Next, this way. And so this one, I don't know how many have seen this symbol. And so this one, is it good? So this one, yeah. So this one shows how the 5 nations came to be united. And so being united in peace. So there was a messenger, the peacemaker. He was sent to Huron woman and was born in Tyendinaga territory. And he was born to a Huron woman, and he was a fatherless boy. His grandmother was angry with his mother because she believed her daughter was with a man, and she wasn't, and so a virgin birth is what it's called. And she because she was angry with his mother, she tried to kill him like 3 different times, burying him, putting him on a fire, and then trying to drown him in some water. And so in the territory there in Tyendinaga, there's a stream of water where the grandmother put him in the water, and so it never freezes in that spot. And so each time she tried to do this, he was in his mother's arms when she went back to when she saw her daughter. And so she thought he was evil, but he was a gifted boy. And the grandmother was given a message that he was sent by Creator to bring that message of peace, because the nations were in a warring time, and so he was sent to bring that message of peace. And so he grew fast, and when he was done making his stone white canoe, then he was ready to go on his journey to bring that message of peace. And so he began in the Mohawk territory, the east, that would be over here, and went to the Mohawk people, and then went to the Oneida people, represented by this one, the Onondaga territory, the upper New York State, and around Syracuse is the Onondaga, then the Cayuga, and then the Senecas. And they had to go back. So he met a couple people. He met a woman named Jogonsase, and she agreed to the peace and help anybody who came into her path. Hiawatha, he met Hiawatha, and he was in a lot of grief, and so the peacemaker helped him with wiping, the tears in the eyes with the softest hide, with the ears, and to help with the feather to help clear that, clear his ears, and then with some strawberry juice to help clear that lump in his throat. And so Hiawatha, joined him on this journey, and they had gone back to, they had to go back to the Onondaga territory because they had a fierce sorcerer type leader, and so he was destructive. His name was Tadadaho, and he had snakes in his hair and a crooked body, and he was he would send that bad weather he was doing many things to keep them, the peacemaker and his helper, away, and the others, because the other nations had accepted the peace. And so he changed the weather. He could change the weather. He had a lot of powers. He could make the birds lift that water, and so that second time they came around, he let them close, and so then they told him that they could help him. They could straighten his body and help him, and so he agreed. He agreed to the peace because he saw the others had agreed to the peace, and so they combed the snakes from his hair and straightened his body, so his mind was good again, and he agreed to that peace. And so that's how we became the 5 nations. Originally, we were just 5 nations, and then the Tuscaroras joined in 1722. And so with agreeing to the peace, the great white pine was used as like a symbol, and they say they tipped the tree, and everyone buried their weapons, and then the water carried it away. And so it it's very significant in our to our people, and part of our history, and how we came to be 6 nations. Okay, and then we have, I think it's this one. Then we have our governance system. So this is our governance system today, and probably the oldest democracy in the world. And so everybody is equal also. Like we have, so we're a matrilineal society. So to have a clan and nation, we follow our mother's line, and other nations, other nations like Ojibwe and Anishinaabe people, they follow the fathers. I also talk about that like in our training, and because it's there's other nations that were in this territory also. So the clan system, we have 50 chiefs. So I talk about that in the next slide, because that one there's a picture that represents that too. And so the clan system, there's the different nations. So the Mohawk nations would have the bears, 3 turtles, and 3 it's a deer, Mohawk. I'm not sure if there's Mohawk deers, but there's many, right? And then Cayugas, there's Cayuga turtles, Onondaga turtles. So not all nations will have like bears and turtles or deers. There's also the snipe and the heron. There are some eagles, I think, or hawk and an eel clan and a snipe. So there's many different clans, so they were given. So there were clan mothers, and so our clan mothers will take the clan mothers have a very important role, because they take those issues from the clan families to the Hoyane or chiefs. It's the English word chief isn't really the meaning. It's like he is good. So our leaders, that's in the language, that's the explanation. It's not really chief, but they're chosen by the clan mothers, and so they're looking at. She's looking at maybe from when they're little and watching them grow, and are they getting along with the other children, and are they compassionate and kind with the others, and so they're they're watched since they were little, or else they're chosen when they're older. But there's like values and principles that they watch for also, and so they also have to look at whether they have a family and language, and if they don't have language, then that's a responsibility to learn that. And so the clan mothers, they, as I said, can choose the Hoyane, the chiefs, and they can also remove them. So dehorn them, we say, and if they're not following their role and responsibilities, they're given 3 warnings, and if they continue to not follow the responsibility or continue that behavior that has given them the warnings, those horns can be removed, and that responsibility can be removed. So it's a big role that our clan mothers play, and with the women where they're respected. There's impacts that have impacted our system and our people, and so with less going to Longhouse and church being taught at the residential school, those are some of the impacts. And but our system has always been there, and that's who we are. The Haudenosaunee Confederacy Council is our governing system. Okay, so then we have, what do I have next? And this is the 50 Chiefs Circle Wampum. So this is it's like a circle made of the wampum shells, a quahog shell, and so it includes all the people. So they say that the chiefs Hoyane, they link arms around that tree of life, and so this represents that also. It includes all the people, and I just have to check on this longer strand there, because I've heard two different things, that it represented the people, and then the Onondaga chief Tadadaho. But I've seen the original, like just in the last month or so, and so just to check on, make sure if the original has that longer strand, and because in the picture I couldn't see it. So yeah, just some new things that I'm wanting to check on. But yes, this is our represents our 50 chiefs, and so Mohawks will have a certain number of chiefs, and all the nations in the belt that I showed, the Hiawatha belt, and Cayugas, they'll have a certain number. One of them has 14, more than the others, but they have I think more clans to them. So it's Onondagas, Senecas, Tuscaroras. They all have chiefs there. So it's they still gather today. And continue with their meetings and making decisions based on how is our future, the to come. How is that going to affect them if they make decisions, and what's coming through the territory, as far as it could be pipelines, coming across the Grand River or anywhere, because we're going to support other nations who are going through same stuff, and how our people, Indigenous people across, Turtle Island have been affected, because still being affected today. And so thinking our chiefs make decisions based on consensus, and so that's a big part of it, is to think about the future and what our children, and not just our children, because if we're defending the land and thinking about that water, then that's for all people. It's not just for the Ongwehoe. That's what we call original people. And so the future, our children's children need land, and good water and good air. We need those things to live. So it's all that's all part of the culture to think about all of creation. And so with the language, we're connected, and we can't go to another country to learn our language. So it's vital that we learn, and because it makes us who we are. Without that language, we don't. We've lost that identity. So continuing with the language is vital. Yeah. So that's my 4 slides, and that's enough. I'm not sure the time wise, but thank you for listening today and being here and inviting me. Thank you.
Thank you, Brenda, for so graciously sharing with us today. And I look forward to more when we are in the workshop. I didn't touch it. It's on. There we go. So Emilio will lead us in song, One People. Oh, sorry. I'm falling down in the job.
There are no countries. There is just one family. There are no colors, just one light in you and me. There are no reasons we can't live in harmony. As just one people in just one world, you and me. There is no freedom if the people cannot choose. There is no victory if my brother has to lose. There are no boundaries that mean more than being free. As just one people in just one world, you and me. We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are part of one another, born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one. The time's upon us, and the healing must be done. The world around us is calling all to act as one. There are no causes greater than the world we see. There is just one people, there's just one world, you and me. We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are part of one another, born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one. Take a look deep into each other's eyes. Tell me what you see. see a spirit in disguise smiling back at me. Oh, we are the world around us, we are part of what we see. Every little thing that you do touches me. There is no vision that we all must realize. Think of the children, try to see it through their eyes. What will we leave them if we never learn to be just one people, just one world, you and me? We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are part of one another, born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one. When it's all said and done, we are one.
Thank you, Emilia. And what's your takeaway today? There's so much information that came to us today, and I know that you have time to talk with Brenda if you have any questions, or if there's anything that you need clarified. I'm taking away with me today how the Six Nations were formed. I did not know that. Very interesting. So I hope you take advantage of her presence and talk with her after the service. Now we move to a time of conscious giving. We accept your gifts through either envelopes that are found on the back of the chairs, or if you're online and would like to make an e-transfer, you may do so. Our email address is admin@unityspiritualcenter.com. So join with me together as we say, Divine love that I am, blesses all I give and all I receive. Breathe the Same Air by Daniel Naymod.
Well, it's an idea whose time has come. A new generation decides as one of the same small planet we are born. It's never been so obvious before. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky. We breathe the same air, and I think we ought to get along better, you and I. The future of history is crystal clear. The borders between us will disappear. All the same small planet water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky, breathe the same air, and I think we ought to get along better, you and I. Well, some say I'm out of touch with the times, that this world is no place for a vision like mine. Well, still I can see it, and still I believe it. There's too many lives on the line. There's so many lives on the line. We breathe the same air. Oh, and I think we ought to get along better, you and I. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky. We breathe the same air, and I think we ought to get along better, you and I. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky. We breathe the same air, and I think we ought to get along better. Oh, you and I. We breathe the same air, breathe the same air. We breathe the same air.
Indeed we do. If you have a prayer concern, we invite you to present it to us through prayer@unityspiritualcenter.com, and we will pray with you. And so our service comes to an end today. Let us recite the prayer for protection. Together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And all is truly well, indeed. And let us sing our final song, Let There Be Peace on Earth. Sorry? What did I do?
Go backwards and then go forward.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow. To take each moment, live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Thank you, everybody, and see you next week.